The sport of lacrosse is a very special game. It was a gift to us from the creator.
It's a game that's about respect, and mostly it's the medicine game.
We use this game for when there's hurt in the community and there's medicine needed.
Giving back to whoever is sick or whoever is needing it.
So when you have like your stick in your hands, you're there not to just play for yourself and make yourself look good. It's a game that you're supposed to play for those who can't anymore, or for those who aren't here with us anymore.
I feel like it brings us all together, and it just creates this energy and this aura when we're playing that kind of just brings you together and like strengthens bonds and creates families.
Like when you step onto a field, or you're just doing like wall ball or whatever it is with your stick, it kind of brings like more joy to your life.
Well, I can't really explain what it means to me fully, but it really is a medicine game.
The sport of lacrosse is so embedded in the Niagara region, so it was important to me that we honor lacrosse, especially on a day of truth and reconciliation. So what we're doing is spending the day learning about and honoring the sport of lacrosse.
The game is really important to indigenous people across Canada. Lacrosse is what they call a medicine game, so it is used to honor those who came before us and play for those who can no longer play. So if you guys just come out with an open heart and just give it your all, I think that'd be really appreciated, and I hope you guys have some fun.
That was the right idea though. That was the right idea.
The game of lacrosse was given to the Haudenosaunee people from the creator as a gift.
First actual game dates back to what is essentially our creation story for us, between the creator and his brother. But then the first game that wasn't played by them was between animals, and it gave all the animals like different like abilities. So what they have, like you look at a deer, they're fast. You look at a bear, they're big and strong. Turtle, they can handle anything really.
The wooden stick was used to represent like our connection to the earth and animals and life.
It's just a big difference in how the game has grown, switching from wooden sticks to like what we use is plastic and metal shafts, helmets, gloves. Because before it was just a wooden stick, and that was it, a wooden stick and a ball.
So much history has been lost in terms of just the way that, unfortunately, history has treated Indigenous individuals, especially in the Niagara region. It's important as we look to move forward together that we honor a sport that is continuing to grow. It's important to draw more light and awareness, bring more wants and desire to play the sport.
I think a lot of people's goals now is to grow the game and then share that game that they were gifted.
To us it's a gift, and we just want to gift that to whoever. Like going to high schools is for us a gift to them, because like I said, gift to us, to gift to the world.
Where's your dad? Where is he lurking?
Personally, I've always been super connected to lacrosse. I've played many sports growing up, but I always just loved playing lacrosse. I've always felt that it's just something that I want to do forever.
Playing lacrosse allows me to play not only for myself, but for my community back home and for my ancestors.
It's a big thing, like it's always around us. And that you drive on the reserve, you can drive by anybody's house or whatever. Half the time they'll probably have a lacrosse net. So we're basically surrounded by it.
Lacrosse at Brock has helped me to have a second family. Like, it's helped me at times to not be homesick because I live 3.5 hours away from here. And so there's not always time to be able to go home to my community and be able to see my family. And during the season, I find that lacrosse really gives me the strength to continue through school. Whereas other times without lacrosse, it's been a challenge.
For the Brock community, it's mostly just trying to show, like, you know, we're still here, we can play this game too. Especially as a First Nations member, you don't really see many here. And me personally, I just want to think, like, if a couple of us are here, soon it could be a lot of us here and we could all be playing.
The National Day for Truth and Reconciliation is a day to honor and respect the children and the survivors of those who didn't come home from the Indian residential school system in Canada.
It's really important because it acknowledges kind of that dark past that Canada does have and doesn't always necessarily like to talk about. It's important especially because it's a lot more recent than I think people realize.
They should also recognize that all Indigenous people have been affected by residential schools.
Where I lived most of my life on the reserve, you could drive to Brantford and there's a residential school still standing up. Just, you can walk in. Grandmother on my mom's side, she lived along the river on the far side of the reserve. Sometimes some kids are running along it, just trying to get away from that.
Like, my grandparents attended residential school, and there are a lot of survivors across Canada. And we should recognize their strength and the resilience they had, that they're still here. But also recognizing the people and the children that did not come home to their community.
And not only the children that didn't get to come home, but the generational trauma, I guess you could say, that it's now experienced. So, like, I don't know the language of my people. Like, my great grandma and like family before them didn't want to talk about it and like didn't really like talking about it because they wanted to hide that part of their identity so that they didn't have to kind of experience that part of it. So I think it's really important to talk about like how much
Armstrong, and Cara Ann Foley. On behalf of Brock University's Howdeya Genhouse First Nations, Métis, and Inuit Student Center, we are honored to present Queen's Gaels and Brock Badgers with a traditional lacrosse stick as a symbol of our gratitude for your participation in the championship. This stick was handcrafted by Travis Gabriel, a Mohawk stick maker from Kaunastaki, a community just north of Montreal. A proud member of the Wolf Clan, Travis has been carrying on the rich tradition of lacrosse stick making for the past decade. The long sticks crafted by the Mohawk people, one of the Haudenosaunee nations, are the ancestor of the modern lacrosse sticks we see today. The origins are deeply rooted in the Haudenosaunee tradition, where lacrosse is much more than a game. It is a creator's game, played from cradle to grave. We hope the stick serves as a reminder of the deep history and cultural significance of the game we are privileged to compete in. We wish you both the best of luck in the competition ahead. We would like to acknowledge the land on which we stand today as the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe peoples, many of whom continue to live and work here. This territory is covered by the Upper Canada Treaties and within the land protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. Today, this gathering place is home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, and acknowledging reminds us that a great standard of living is directly related to the resources and friendship of Indigenous people. Fans, at this time, please rise if able and remove your cap for the playing of the Canadian National Anthem.
Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome back to the 2024 Baggataway Cup here at Kiwanis Field in St. Catharines near the campus of host school Brock Badgers, who are on the field trying to get first possession in their quarterfinal matchup against Queens. This has been a hotly anticipated battle, and the Badgers do come away with the ball. They will hand it off there. The long pole, Liam McCrimmon passes it off, and Brock goes to the first offensive set with Jaden Patterson, their top scorer, 41 points off of 14 goals and 27 assists. Here's Noah Simonelli. Bring it back to the near side to Avery Steinbach Parker, last year's Kufla Rookie of the Year, had 14 goals this year. Only 5 assists, so he's well down the scoring parade from Patterson. They go to X. Jack Parker, a couple of reversals. Sorry, that was Patterson making that pass. That's scooped away by the goaltender, Quentin Greenfield, starting for Queens. They split time pretty evenly between he and Ryan Gemmis. And Greenfield is going to try and get one ahead. He does connect on the one hop. There's a long pole down the field. That's Griffin Hill. He will play a big role for the Gaels tonight. Outlet pass. The wind not as strong as it was in our first quarterfinal, but still blowing fairly solidly, blowing predominantly left to right. So behind Queens when they're going forward into the faces of the Badgers. So you'll see some passes, especially across the field, will get a little pushed aside and trying to throw into the wind. It can beat the ball down a little bit. Can sail a bit, of course, with the wind behind it. They'll split dodge and then flipping it back to the far side. Running across the top to generate a shot. That one was blocked. So was the rebound putback attempt as James Gowland took the first shot. Second one there ripped by Mitchell Zulian, veteran leading producer. One of the leading players for this Brock club. Badgers taking their time. Oh, nice little pass to get it low to Brody Toms, who had 14 goals here in the season, tying one of the 3 tied leaders for this club. Brock is missing 5 players who are off at National Lacrosse League camps, so we'll see how that impacts them. Including goaltender Connor O'Toole, who didn't play a ton of games. There's a save by goaltender Quentin Greenfield. Andrew Kidd also off at camp. Colton Armitage. Nolan Fair. Between the pipes for for Brock is Connor Scott. Played the majority of their minutes this year, had a pretty solid season. Here comes Queens with their first steady offensive set. There's a flag down on the field, and I don't know if you can see how far that traveled. The flags are flying when they're thrown with the wind. Gives you an idea of how it is blowing. Driving down the alley is Noah Millsap. He was picked by the Halifax Thunderbirds. They've given him the weekend off to be part of this. Queens head coach Connor Kiernan, who plays for the Ottawa Black Bears. They're getting rolling. A lot of National Lacrosse League camps getting going this weekend. There are a ton of NLL players, or Kufla players who have been drafted, played in, or are coaching the NLL. Well, playing. There are some coaches in Kufla who are playing in the NLL. There's a nice save by Connor Scott. He pounces on the rebound, and the first penalty will be adjudicated. Going to put the hoodie up. That wind is definitely cooling things down a little bit here. It was 21 degrees last night. The kids were out trick-or-treating. And it is not that tonight. It is down around 10, and with the wind, feels like it's about minus 46 here on the field. Well, that's an exaggeration, but it's cool. It's definitely cool. Did talk to Jacob Hickey post-game. We'll get one of the players of the game from this game after to have a little chat as well. And he was saying, yeah, no, they stayed nice and warm. But when he came off, they put in the subs as Western pulled ahead. He said he got the hoodie back on underneath the jersey. He knew he wasn't coming back in, and he took steps to stay nice and warm. Here's Queens setting up with Kai Fowler. Had 11 goals in the regular season. He's going to drive to the net. Lets a rip go. Nice save, Scott. Scoop back up. Oh, put back there. That's a great save by Scott. Ridley Horton trying to tuck that one in. couldn't have been Ridley Horton. I think I missed the number, folks. Good effort by Queens. Again, this is an improving team. They are a legitimate threat. Fowler on the run. That one's blocked out front by the short stick D-Mitty. That was Patrick Morrow from Calgary getting a piece of that one. Players from all across the country coming to play in Kufla. 12 teams in Ontario and a pair in Quebec. Bishops and McGill, the Quebec representatives. McGill is here. They're the #1 seed from the East. And there's the #1 goal for the Queens Gaels. They're on the board first. Great finish there from Jacob McLean. McLean just fights his way out through the check, and he is fired up as well. He should be. Gets underneath the defender, makes himself small to slip under, then gets big and fires that one home. A bouncer. 5 minutes and a half into the first quarter. 1-0 for the Queens Gaels. They are wearing their blue and gold, of course, going left to right. Brock in the home white tonight. Actually, I guess they would be the visitors technically. They're listed as home. I'm trying to think, because Brock is the 3 seed in the West, Queens the 2 seed in the East. They should be the home team, I think. It gets a little strange when you've got your host listed as the visitor, so they are home on the scoreboard. Thanks for being with us here at the 2024 Baggataway Cup. I'm Stephen Stamp. Very pleased to have all these games for you on Lacrosse TV and Brocktv. Spin dodge. And you can hear somebody yelling that's warding, and they have a pretty good point as Brody Toms with the spin throws the offhand up to keep the defender away. Noah Simonelli flips it across. Here's Julian trying to initiate. Leaves it there. The ball's knocked loose. Racing onto it was Will DeZiel. DeZiel lost it momentarily, gets it back. Is he thinking about going for a pole goal? He's going to pull it back out. I don't know if he's given up on the idea, though. I love seeing the pole goals. I played long pole in high school lacrosse. And we're going to have a timeout by Queens. They're pretty excited, and they were getting a little nervous that they might lose possession there, as nobody was getting in to help DeZiel. He hangs on to possession, and Queens will take their timeout. 1-0 lead, almost 7 minutes here into the first quarter. I am Stephen Stamp, and we will have lots more action coming this weekend. We've got 2 semifinal games tomorrow. We already know that Western, who won the first quarterfinal, will play McGill at 1 p.m., and then at 4 p.m., the McGill Redbirds await the winner of this game tonight. Then we'll have an 8 o'clock Rookie All-Star game, the first ever Kufla Rookie All-Star game. That is going to be a blast. Sunday morning, we'll have the Super Sixes, the Sixes Challenge, Sixes Showcase. The Mohawk College Mountaineers, who actually played Brock last week in a Sixes game. I was talking to head coach Vince Longboat and some of his staff, and I said, what was it like for you guys having the week off? And they said, not playing last week. And they were like, we played last week. We played against Mohawk, and it's pretty cool. Sixes is coming to the college scene. Mohawk with a handful of games, about 6 or 7 games this fall. Mostly scrimmages, pickups against Brock. Some of the Kufla teams, where the Kufla teams would just dress everybody and just kind of rotate through the small squad format. Queens will go on to the offensive set, try and extend this lead. Looks like Brian Potker will start with the ball over along the far sideline, number 24. He's directing traffic, telling Kai Fowler to come on out. In the corner, Owen Guest flips it out top. Comes Drew Cairns. Cairns back out to Fowler. A lot running through Fowler tonight. We've got a pair of players behind goal line extended. That was your goal scorer, 34, Jacob McLean, moving it on. Queens spreading things out. Interesting, McLean really looking like he's ready for something behind the net. That's him running out, going after that ground ball now. And he will grab it and come away with it. 15 on the shot clock for the Gaels. As McLean, had kind of happy feet behind the net. Looked like he was just itching to get out in the play. Here's Potker. Fires one, it's well off the target. Shot clock will stop with 4 seconds to go. And Queens going to see if they can generate something, but yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to get much off here. Yeah, they look like they're going to be pretty happy to just let the shot clock expire, put it down. Brock will come to the near side. Mitch Julian. Long pass. You can see that one being beat down, but they have a chance driving to the net. Oh, what a save, Greenfield. Quentin Greenfield did not look like he was ready. He was well out of his net and having to race back, but turned aside that shot. Now Owen Eubanks is on the run. Midfielder Eubanks taking off, a little sidearm pass. Long pole pass down low. Here's a chance. Oh, turned aside. I was ready to scream goal, but Connor Scott with a fantastic stop. That's going to be Queen's possession. I think Brock went to play it and actually knocked the ball out of bounds. I'm not exactly sure. There was quite a clear indication by the official. I didn't see exactly why, but Queens was awarded possession. Oscar Perrin comes around, a little pick from McLean. Stripped. Oh, turned back over. Good effort there by Harrison Brooks, but couldn't quite make that pass to break out. Hard ride from the Gaels. Queens taking their time. They've got a fresh 60 on the reset. Drive to the net middle. McLean tries to get a shot off. He is flattened, and they're going to call a penalty. It looks like it will be Patrick Morrow. He's going to head off for the hold. Queens with the first man advantage of the game, trying to extend their lead. Just one goal through the first 10.5 minutes here of Stephen Stamp. This is the Baggataway Cup 2024 here at Kiwanis Field in St. Catharines. Get it back to the far side, and the jump shot, little bouncer, is wide of the net. It is grabbed by Owen Guest. Guest will flick it out. That was knocked down by a defender, but it rolls straight to the Gaels. Here's Potker. Fakes a pass, winds up, and blasts one home. Connor Scott looked a little bit crossed up on that one. Connor Scott wearing the Dylan Ward approved black sweats. There's 2-0, which is a surprisingly popular situation for the crowd here, as we are in Brock territory, of course. Hawkeye Hamilton taking the draw for Queens, trying to get possession. It's going to be a loose ball push, and Brock will get it instead. And they're going to start within the stick of Trent Hunter. He's standing up for the offensive set as Brock. No, he's going to go. He hands it off there. Here's Steinbach Parker. Braden Brown keeps it moving, as does Carter McBride. Illegal pick called as Braden Mayer was trying to come across. So that's going to be an delay game penalty, illegal procedure penalty for rolling the ball away. So Queens with a 2-0 lead, and just over 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. It's going to get a chance to try and add to that. Pop under the 3-minute mark. It is running time, 4 15-minute quarters. Except for stopping, the clock stops after goals. Stop time in the last 30 seconds of the first 3 quarters, 2 minutes at the end of the fourth quarter. Queens working patiently. Poker feeds it in. Oh, a little slip. Oh, it just goes wide. Oh my goodness, that looked like it was going to go in. What an effort there to get that shot off, but falling as he wasn't quite able to get the shot he was looking for. From here it looked like it might have gone in, but obviously the official's right there, the goaltender right there. It's going to be a race to the sideline, tapped back. Nice play by Steinbach Parker, but it's going to be turned over. Queens was there to scoop it up, and they will move forward. Noah Millsap on the run. Millsap waiting for some help. Gets it across, pretty good shooting position. But that one was blocked. A nice trail check stick on the shot from Reed Allen. Reed Allen, who had 26 goals, 8 assists. His 26 goals, by far the most on the team. Next on the team were Jacob McLean, the first scorer tonight with 12 goals. 11 for Kai Fowler, 10 for Brian Potker, 8 for Owen Guest. But Reed Allen, number 31, is the key to this Queens offense, obviously. But they are really trying to work it around as he is being watched very closely. Looks like Lucas Clark on him. This is something you can see that Reed Allen is just staying way over by the sideline to draw his defender away and open up some space. Remember seeing Cody Ward do that for Western a few years ago. Back when we were up in Montreal, had the final at Concordia. And, Cody Ward, such a selfless player, would do everything in the offensive zone for Western, including just getting guys away, just opening space, because he saw they were locking him off. He would open up space, let his teammates do things. I think Queens wants Reed Allen involved, but sometimes opening that space isn't bad. Great truck stick on the run. Save though. What a drive there by Patrick Morrow. And now Queens is on the run. Oh, they tried to get to the long pole. That's a bit of an awkward pass coming in on the forehand side there, as it were. Tough angle. Nice hustle back by Emmett Flynn. The LSM for Queens. Big hit by the Gaels. It's going to be tracked down. And we are through 1 quarter of play, and the Queens Gaels 2-0 ahead of the Brock Badgers. We're going to take a quick break and be back to Baggataway Cup 2024 on Brocktv and Lacrosse TV. Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to Baggataway Cup 2024 at Kiwanis Field here in St. Catharines near the campus of Brock University. I'm Stephen Stamp. It is 2-0 Queens over Brock, the host club, trailing early, low-scoring quarter. Not a ton of shots, some really nice saves at either end. We've got Quentin Greenfield between the pipes for Queens, and at the other end, Connor Scott. Brock comes away with possession. Ben Smelly on the run. Tries to get it across here to Lucas Clark. Clark, the LSM, will just roll it up top to Zulian.
Let's go, Gaels! Let's go, Blue!
Reversal by Brody Toms. One of the 3-14 goal scorers tied atop the Badgers list. Definitely a offense by committee. They're going to call an illegal pick there on Brody Toms as he was trying to open it up for Zulian. And the Gaels pushing the pace. Spinning back around is Oscar Perrin. He's going to head to X. Penalty coming. 7 Badgers on the defensive end of the field. We saw Western do this a couple of times. Heads up play, just keep that 7th guy out there. No point taking him off the field now. Again, Reed Allen is way off to the left. He's out of the screen as he's off in the left corner, trying to open up space. It's a tactic that we have, as I mentioned, seen employed. And here's a goal. It's going to work. Does it count? Yes! Queens was looking to see if it was going to be a crease violation or a goal. It is a goal. Oscar Perrin tucks that one home, and it is 3-0. I don't know that I'd say it would be a big upset if Queens were to win, but I think most people would see it as a bit of a surprise. Brock, a long-established power in Kufla. Hawkeye Hamilton pops the ball out, pulls it back to himself. Can't come away with it. And Brock will eventually get possession. Snagged there from Ben Smelly into the offensive zone. Long pole rip straight into the stick of Greenfield. He's going to make the pass out. Now there's going to be a penalty. After Clark went to the turf, following his shot, he winds up and takes the big rip. Just gets the crow hop going and blasts it. I'm not sure I saw what the penalty was. The Queens player just tripped over. Gotta admit, I don't get that one. As Clark went down and actually wound up tripping up the Queens player. Brock with a chance to get on the board as we're 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Zulian's shot off the target, gets back out of play, backed up, and they will start with possession once again. Brody Toms, just under a minute on the shot clock. It is an 80-second shot clock with a 60-second reset for a second offensive possession. That one was on target, just about hit the crossbar, came rifling out. Badgers get it back. We were back to even strength. Racing in there was Tyler Fox. Good hustle, and then the save, but it goes straight back to the Badgers. A little bobble, and that's going to take the pressure off. Good defensive work there by Will DeZiel. Hard rip again by the Badgers. A lot of high-to-high shots, and they're just not hitting the target at this point. That was Steinbach Parker trying to let that one rip. It would appear that the scout on Greenfield is shoot high. So far it has not worked. It's 3-0 for Queens. Zulian fires one. That one's wide. Didn't go high that time. Oh, and hustling was Greenfield to try and get it, but he just gets beaten to the goal line again. When the ball goes out on a shot, it's whoever's closest to the ball when it leaves the field. There's a hard rip. That one's wide. A diving attempt will retain possession. 15 on the shot clock for the Badgers. The game clock keeps going, but the shot clock does stop on a ball out of play. It starts back up when they get rolling again. Steinbach Parker behind the net, trying to work his way out. Great strip, and it goes straight back to him. And a great trail check. What a shift from Ty Wheatley. The Halifax native, Wheatley, with the strip. It goes back to Steinbach Parker, and then the trail check. That was a dandy. Flag, delayed flag on the field. So Queens. Now the flag will fly. The Gaels set up. Flip down behind the net.
Okay, let's go, Blue.
McLean trying to generate. It's going to be Morrow heading to the box. Ball pops free. Ripped from the outside, they score! Queens makes it 4-0. Reed Allen, he's been sitting in the corner a lot tonight. He comes out to play and makes the most of it with his first goal of the game. And that is how he has 26 goals during the regular season. You can see they just kind of lose track of Allen. You can't give him that space. And it's tough. I mean, you're shorthanded. It's hard to cover everybody, but if you're going to cover one guy, make it Reed Allen.
Go, Hawkeye! How you Milty, your ball now, Blue!
Ben Smelly will come out and take the draw up against Hawkeye Hamilton. Hawkeye Hamilton, one of the great names in lacrosse, an all-name team candidate for sure. Also like to say RIP to Hawkeye Hall, my sister's dog. Recently crossed the Rainbow Bridge. Wonderful dog. I say hi to my wife, Carrie, and our dog, Millie, who are back home in Marmora, the wonderful town of Marmora, Ontario. We have a timeout with 9:10 to go and a 4-0 lead for the Queens Gaels. Bit of a surprise. Gaels again were 5-10 in the regular season. Brock went 7-3. We thought this would be a good matchup. I was talking to some folks, some of the coaches and folks from some of the teams earlier, and they're saying, yeah, Brock Queens is going to be good. Queens could surprise some people because not a lot of visibility. I'm not sure people realize what an ascent this team is on. We've got Quentin Greenfield between the pipes, and at the other end of the field, we've got Connor Scott playing for Brock. The wind seems to be picking back up a little bit. Not great news for the players trying to throw passes into it or across it. It really can impact the flight of the ball. See what Brock can generate out of this timeout. Oh, sorry, Queens coming out of their timeout. My mistake. And Reed Allen's going to go and start with possession behind GLE. Plays blown in, and here we go. That pass gets away, but does come over to Potker. He'll go back to McLean. Immediately back and forth. That's Allen tracking that one down. Was it tipped off of a Brock player? It was not. It was just a missed pass. So it'll be Badgers possession. still looking to get on the board. 6:20 into this second quarter. Julian clears center. Very poised play by the veteran, not getting himself flustered as he was caught close to center. Just maintained his ground, kept his awareness, got the ball across, and Brock into the offensive zone. Pass down from Noah Simonelli. We're back up to Simonelli with the yellow hat on the stick. Comes near side here to James Gowland. Gowland will move it on quickly. Julian keeps it going. They're going to complete a full circuit, perhaps. A little reversal there from Jack Parker. Simonelli pushed wide, spins back around. Ty Wheatley is all over him. Now, oh, he loses him though. Simonelli comes in, the save though by Quinfield. Ty Wheatley had been doing so well, but he got a little overextended. Got himself chasing out high. Simonelli used it against him, but Scott there to make the stop, and now he's here for the clear. Oh, that's trouble though, as his pass was picked off. It's going to be, oh, stopped on the other direction. Looking for a long pole goal from about midfield. Where are the Badgers? I think that was Ben Wittich. Yeah, it was Wittich taking that shot, but it was knocked down by one of the Queens players. That is a big play. McLean coming out from behind the net. Good defensive positioning by Liam McCrimmon. He's been a good defender for this club for a while. Faller working on Julian. Julian knocks it loose, knocks his man down, and then falls over him. I'm going to say a loose ball foul by Queens, and Julian will take it. Spins away. Couple of Queens players all over him. Nice job by Julian to split that defensive double team and then make the simple pass off to Simonelli. It doesn't seem that simple though when you've got the defenders all over you. Julian shows his veteran presence again. Simonelli still has it. They're not fooled by the hidden ball trick, so he'll pass it off. Steinbach Parker scored one of the goals of the year last year. That one gets away from Steinbach Parker. It's a pass, so if it gets out of play, it's not going to get there, though. Timeout for Brock this time. They're going to try and set something up. We've got 5:53 to play here in this second quarterfinal. Again, tomorrow, Western and McGill in a rematch of last year's championship game. We'll be playing at 1 p.m. live here on Brocktv and Lacrosse TV. 4 o'clock, we'll see the winner of this game face the Guelph Griffins.
Well, I think it's a good way to say goodbye when you know.
Fuck you, Homewood!
Get to work. Okay, let's get it back. Let's go, Blues.
Welcome back, lacrosse friends. Brock trying to get something going here. They trail 4-0 with under 6 to play in the first half. Toms trying to create for himself. He gets the shot, but that's well high. And Brock shooting a lot of high to highs. They start from behind the net. Jack Parker flips it out. Nice trail check. This is a great defensive effort by this Queens team so far. That was Emmett Flynn. This is an LSM. Playing back pretty deep at this point. Oh, and there it is. They finally get on the board. The Badgers. Spinning rip by Brody Toms. Zulian, nice lever pass, and what a blast from Brody Toms. He just gets everything behind that one as he steps into it. And it's a 4-1 game. Some signs of life. I mean, not that they've been too quiet, but you can hear a little more stirring from the Badgers fans behind us. Things should build as weekend goes on. I think it's going to be calmer. It's going to be not super warm tomorrow, but it's supposed to be fairly clear. I think the winds are going to be calming down a bit. Hoping the winds are calming down a bit. Brock comes away with it. Ball snagged there by Trent Hunter. He's driving down into the offensive zone. He'll peel back out and hand it off. Toms will spin out, flip it back to the top. And Braden Brown, quick handoff and gets it back immediately. Back though to Gowland. Couple of spins, getting the shot off. Not a ton of power behind it, and Greenfield is able to scoop up that effort from Carter McBride. A great job maintaining his balance. Brett Bachman into the offensive zone, hands it off, and will peel back out, go for the change. Here's McLean. He's got Reed Allen out top. There's a nice strip. That's Liam McCrimmon again. Oh, that's picked off. The Gaels pushing it. Oh, Reed Allen. Look, he might have been getting ready to shoot, but he hustles back as the pass got away from him. He hustles back to get possession for the Gaels. They've still got 65 seconds here on the shot clock. We're down to the final 2.5 minutes of the first half. Well, some highlights for you to see in the halftime break. Post-game, we'll have the player of the, oh, I really popped that P. Post-game, we'll have the player of the game presentations, one per team. Getting some pretty cool swag bags from Kufla. There's a flag going down. Looks like a collision on Drew Cairns. Might have taken the hit. I didn't see the actual contact as Trent Hunter went running by. Oh yeah, I just watched the feed is a little bit behind, and I watched it, and there's definitely contact. The flag's still down on the field as they drive forward. Cairns back in the play, and Brock will come away with possession. It's snagged there by Lucas Clark. The penalty will be adjudicated. Another minute 39 to go here in the first half. Queens looking to restore the four-goal advantage that they enjoyed for a while. They'll start with Noah Millsap in possession. And where's Reed Allen? He's at the top. He'll get this first pass. You've always got to be asking yourself that if you're the opposing defense, where is Reed Allen? The 26 goal scorer. Dominating force for the Gaels. He's got it right now. Passes it back down low. Returns to Allen. He's got some space. Shoots, scores. That is a great look for Allen. A great finish, and it's 5-1. We've got some thrilled fans over to our right on the, actually, okay, some Queens fans leaking over into the Brock side. Thought I heard some cheering from the right. Generally, fans do settle kind of into their team's side of the bleachers. 5-1. What a start. Hawkeye Hamilton and Ben Smelly back out at center. Thanks everyone who's joining us on Brocktv and Lacrosse TV. Thrilled to have you along for pretty exciting Baggataway Cup 2024 so far. Things should only get better as we go forward. McGill Western tomorrow at 1 p.m. in the first semifinal. The winner of this game up against McGill in the 4 o'clock second semifinal. And then the Kufla Rookie All-Star game, the first ever. That is going to be a dandy at 8 p.m. on Lacrosse TV. Millsap gets it back at the top. Potker. Little rotation. McLean down low to Allen. He scores again. Allen, who spent so much of the first quarter just pulling aside while he was being locked off and just drawing a defender out. And now he is absolutely central, as usual, to what is happening for Queens offensively. It is 6-1. And there's just nobody there on Reed Allen. Again, you just can't leave him. He is not the guy that you can allow that space. But Queens, nicely diagrammed, nicely executed. They are up 6-1. Billy Connor Kieran and his staff, including his brother Brady, the rest of the staff, they are really doing a nice job bringing this team up. And here's a chance on the run. Pull pass down, what a goal! Finished by Jacob McLean. Gorgeous pass by Eric Picketts. No, who was that? We got to give credit to that defender. Okay, it was Griffin Hill, of course. The LSM Griffin Hill. That is fantastic. And look at the athletic effort by McLean to get up and get that pass. And Brock is going to take a timeout with 36 seconds to go in the first half. And okay, this is kind of stunning. Queens up 7-1 over the Badgers. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with the final 36 seconds of the half on Lacrosse TV and Brocktv. Welcome back to Lacrosse Friends. 36 seconds to go in the half. And yes, it's 7-1 for the Queens Gaels over the Brock Badgers. Smelly and Hamilton back at the face-off dot. Pops out Smelly getting after it. It is Smelly that'll come away with it. Just bumped hard on the run by Millsap and hangs onto it. Drives the length of the field, but great save again. Now we have a penalty coming. Looks like it's going to be on Brett Bachman, the defender. So 22 seconds left in the half. I imagine Brock will probably, 22 seconds. It's a 1 minute penalty or 30 seconds. You don't want to just waste the penalty by hanging on. So probably see if, no, yeah, they are going to hold. Looks like they're just going to sit back and hold on to possession so they can have the ball to start the second half. Now they're going to go with 5 seconds left. Pass it in front. Oh, that's beautiful. That is the same combination as the first goal. Mitch Zulian down to Brody Toms. And that is just a lovely piece of passing and shooting. Look at Toms just kind of casually hanging out. Oh, and Queens just absolutely loses track of him. That is a really big breakdown defensively. As Brody Toms, just nobody near him. Zulian drawing everybody up, and then all the defenders come up. They just abandon their goaltender, Quinton Greenfield, and Brody Toms with 2 seconds left gets the second goal for the Badgers. We are going to go to halftime with the score 7-2 in favor of the Queens Gaels, and they're not even getting the ball out of the face-off circle, and time will expire. I'm Stephen Stamp. This is Baggataway Cup 2024. Thanks for being with us. We're going to take a 10-minute break, and we will see you on the other side.
The sport of lacrosse is a very special game. It was a gift to us from the creator.
It's a game that's about respect, and mostly it's the medicine game.
We use this game for when there's hurt in the community and there's medicine needed.
Giving back to whoever is sick or whoever is needing it.
So when you have like your stick in your hands, you're there not to just play for yourself and make yourself look good. It's a game that you're supposed to play for those who can't anymore, or for those who aren't here with us anymore.
I feel like it brings us all together, and it just creates this energy and this aura when we're playing that kind of just brings you together and like strengthens bonds and creates families.
Like when you step onto a field, or you're just doing like wall ball or whatever it is with your stick, it kind of brings like more joy to your life.
Well, I can't really explain what it means to me fully, but it really is a medicine game.
The sport of lacrosse is so embedded in the Niagara region, so it was important to me that we honor lacrosse, especially on a day of truth and reconciliation. So what we're doing is spending the day learning about and honoring the sport of lacrosse.
The game is really important to indigenous people across Canada. Lacrosse is what they call a medicine game, so it is used to honor those who came before us and play for those who can no longer play. So if you guys just come out with an open heart and just give it your all, I think that'd be really appreciated, and I hope you guys have some fun.
That was the right idea though. That was the right idea.
The game of lacrosse was given to the Haudenosaunee people from the creator as a gift.
First actual game dates back to what is essentially our creation story for us, between the creator and his brother. But then the first game that wasn't played by them was between animals, and it gave all the animals like different like abilities. So what they have, like you look at a deer, they're fast. You look at a bear, they're big and strong. Turtle, they can like handle anything really.
The wooden stick was used to represent like our connection to the earth and animals and life.
It's just a big difference in how the game has grown, switching from wooden sticks to like what we use is plastic and metal shafts, helmets, gloves. Because before it was just a wooden stick, and that was it, a wooden stick and a ball.
So much history has been lost in terms of just the way that, unfortunately, history has treated Indigenous individuals, especially in the Niagara region. It's important as we look to move forward together that we honor a sport that is continuing to grow. It's important to draw more light and awareness, bring more wants and desire to play the sport.
I think a lot of people's goals now is to grow the game and then share that game that they were gifted.
To us, it's a gift, and we just want to gift that to whoever. Like, going to high schools is, for us, a gift to them, because, like I said, gift to us, to gift to the world.
Where's your dad? Where's he lurking?
Personally, I've always been super connected to lacrosse. I've played many sports growing up, but I always just loved playing lacrosse. I've always felt that it's just something that I want to do forever.
Playing lacrosse allows me to play not only for myself, but for my community back home and for my ancestors.
It's a big thing, like it's always around us. You know, you drive on the reserve, you can drive by anybody's house or whatever. Half the time they'll probably have a lacrosse net. So we're basically surrounded by it.
Lacrosse at Brock has helped me to have a second family. Like, it's helped me at times to not be homesick, because I live 3.5 hours away from here. And so there's not always time to be able to go home to my community and be able to see my family. And during the season, I find that lacrosse really gives me the strength to continue through school, whereas other times without lacrosse, it's been a challenge.
For the Brock community, it's mostly just trying to show, like, you know, we're still here, we can play this game too. Especially as a First Nations member, you don't really see many here. And me personally, I just want to think, like, if a couple of us are here, soon it could be a lot of us here and we could all be playing.
The National Day for Truth and Reconciliation is a day to honor and respect the children and the survivors of those who didn't come home from the Indian residential school system in Canada.
It's really important because it acknowledges kind of that dark past that Canada does have and doesn't always necessarily like to talk about. It's important especially because it's a lot more recent than I think people realize.
They should also recognize that all Indigenous people have been affected by residential schools.
Where I lived most of my life on the reserve, you could drive to Brantford and there's a residential school still standing up. Just, you can walk in. Grandmother on my mom's side, she lived along the river on the far side of the reserve. Sometimes some kids are running along it, just trying to get away from that.
Like, my grandparents attended residential school, and there are a lot of survivors across Canada. And we should recognize their strength and the resilience they had, that they're still here. But also recognizing the people and the children that did not come home to their community.
And not only the children that didn't get to come home, but the generational trauma, I guess you could say, that it's now experienced. So, like, I don't know the language of my people. Like, my great grandma and like family before them didn't want to talk about it and like didn't really like talking about it because they wanted to hide that part of their identity so that they didn't have to kind of experience that part of it. So I think it's really important to talk about like how much culture and like identity was lost.
So I think it's really important for not only our Indigenous communities and people in the Niagara region and at Brock, but I think it's important for everyone to recognize the history behind how we got to be here as a country and the steps that we still need to take moving forward.
friendly box for the broadcast crew.
Let's go, Q!
We're in basement.
Fuck you, Hubbard!
What'd you call it, Yale?
My son is Quentin. I've always called him Q, so it's Hawk U, Hubbard.
Hawk you. Okay.
Hawk U, Hubbard.
That's not what it sounded like, so I just thought.
Field game, box game. He knows I'm in the stands.
They better do it for me.
Put it this way.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, let's go, Blue!
Go Queen!
Go, Gaels!
Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2024 Baggataway Cup. It is 7-2 for the Queens Gaels. It was 7-1 until the final 2 seconds of that half when Brody Toms with his second goal, both set up by Mitchell Zulian. And now as we're going left to right, Queens again on our left, going to our right offensively. They've got Reed Allen once again over in the far corner. He is being watched by Lucas Clark. They get a shot. Interesting that both times, they start off with him again, over just away. Then the second quarter, he was very involved. Came in, got quite involved, got a couple of goals, really helped drive this Queens offense. Two goals from Allen, 2 from Jacob McLean, 1 each for Brian Potker, Oscar Perrin, and Connell Cuisinato. I don't think so. Well, maybe. And both goals for Brock scored by Brody Toms. DeZiel gets it up over center. He's going to head towards the sideline, spins back, fakes the pass. Being watched by Avery Steinbach Parker. It's a nice little move by DeZiel. Millsap pulls up. Millsap, again, one of the many Kufla players with NLL connections. He was drafted by the Halifax Thunderbirds. Millsap down the shoulder, down the alley. Bumped off course by Trent Hunter. Queens rotating. Oh, they get in the middle of space. There's some room for Potker. That rip was blocked, but comes straight back out to Oscar Perrin. Now racing for the ball in the back. A pretty big swat by Connor Scott. Hard work from Scott, the goalie, racing back. But Queens will maintain possession. And here's Reed Allen, leading scorer in the season for them with 26 goals. And now here tonight he has a pair. Millsap drives in and gets that ground ball to regain possession. Just have to re-hotspot. Get the phone cranked up. Big save there from Connor Scott. The short outlet pass. Good heads-up play. Nice offense. Nice ride by Potker. The big bump and then the helicopter check. Great work by Potker. He's going to stay back for the defender. He saw his momentum carrying him over center, so pointed to a teammate to pick the ball up. Then waited for Ty Wheatley to get back in the defensive zone. Now it goes back to Potker. He's going to direct traffic here as he's got Perrin with him. Perrin's going to head to the middle. Potker shoots. That one is out the far end, and Reed Allen being parked over in that corner is easily able to get to the sideline first. Pick up possession. Queens, 48 seconds left on the shot clock. It's an 80-second shot clock. Resets to 60. On a second possession on offense. Poetker tries to feed one through. That's knocked aside, but it's going to go back to the Gaels. They've still got 15 to work with on the shot clock. Hands it off to Poetker. He rips one, another save. Connor Scott's getting dialed in. Stick with us post game. We have an interview with the player of the game for the winning team. The players of the game will be presented with prizes, one for each team after the game. Nice catch as that pass was just a little off. Stepping in is Toms. That one's wide. Brody Toms has been very dangerous. Right now, Zulian not out on the field. He's set up both of Tom's goals. This will be Jaden Patterson, the top scorer, tied for their goal scoring lead with 14, but had 27 assists to lead them in points by a mile. Braden Brown, watched by Griffin Hill. Nice catch on that, on the run on that pass. They rip it across and it's going to come right over to us. Owen Eubanks will take this one and head up into the offensive zone. McLean, pair of goals. He just pops it at the back of his stick. Scooped up there by McCrimmon. He's going to go for a run hand. Now he flips it over to his defensive running mate, Nolan Fair. There's a chance for Zulian. He whips that one wide. Well, that was Will DeZiel with some strong defensive work again. Number 22 for the Gaels. Really locking on, just clamping down that little chop down and then just staying engaged. Millsap, all kinds of pressure. Peels out, no problem. We'll slow things down a little bit for Queens. They obviously don't want to just completely stop pressing, but using some time is a pretty good idea. That ripped by Millsap, and that's going to be Queens' possession. It was McLean racing back as they didn't have anyone all the way back at X. McLean with a nice sprint to just earn the backup. 40 seconds on this possession for Queens. Here's Cairns. Zulian shadowing him. Cairns spins, comes out, tries a little reverse shot. That's just over the crossbar. Nifty little play. Just a little bit high. McCrimmon, sidearm bouncer, nicely scooped up. It's going to lead to some pressure. Oh, but it pops away just out of the stick of Patterson. Being that kind of game for Brock so far. DeZiel. Oh, great job. Draws the double team. And then just the lob pass across to Ty Wheatley. Boy, these two have been outstanding. Hard rip. Another defender, Emmett Flynn, the LSM, gets up there. Actually became a pretty tricky shot for Connor Scott because he was hit as he was shooting, and Flynn gets that shot away. Oh, sorry, Eric Pickett's. No, it was Flynn, 14, Emmett Flynn. Kai Fowler with it. 40 on the shot clock. Queens pretty happy to see these moments ticking away. We were over 8 minutes into the second half and no scoring here in this third quarter. Poetker is going to back out near center and then initiate a dodge. Poke check attempt, he gets through it. It's going to lead to a shot and goal. Poetker, what a finish. Withstood the poke check effort. Races in down that alley dodge. Terrific. possession, valuing the ball. Eight to 2.
How you, Griff? How you 1-6?
Clock does stop on goals. So we've got 6:34 to go. The battle of the dot. Hawkeye Hamilton came out knocking it ahead to himself. But man, Ben Smelly just does not give up on a ball. Now he's racing back to try and pick up DeZiel. He's going to pass it to the far side. McLean had to reach back a little bit for that one. So he's going to slow it down. DeZiel is there to take the pass. He's thinking about going. They say, hang on. Just go ahead and give it to a forward. Gets it to Noah Millsap and heads back over center. Stepping in to join them is Kai Fowler. He'll take the pass now. Fowler backs away a little bit. Watched there by Trent Hunter. They still got Griffin Hall up in the offensive zone now. He's going to sprint off. Thought they're going to emulate China from the 2018 World Field Championships in Netanya, Israel. They were just playing one of their D up on the power play all the time. And that one eluded Connor Scott for a moment. He made the stop. Oh, that's going to be a high pass, and the wind knocks it down. He really actually played that very well as the wind brought it right down to Harrison Brooks. He bobbled it momentarily, but it comes away, and Brock into the offensive zone. On the run, Luka Vemvakis. Nice pass across, and the finish. Jacob McLean, it wasn't the perfect pass, but he turns into a perfect goal. A 9-2 lead for the Queens Gaels. How about Luka Vemvakis? He is number 6, taking off with this ball.
Big Blue Machine!
Hands it off, and then McLean takes that low pass. What a finish. 5:05 to go. Gaels up by 7. 5:05 in the third quarter. That leaves us with 20 minutes of game time left. Obviously the Brock fans anticipating getting another game tomorrow in the 4 o'clock semifinal against the Guelph Griffins. Looking forward to it, but Queens as the number 2 seed here from the East. Trent was second in the division, finished 8-2, but they were taken out by Ottawa last week in a 12-6 win where the Gaels looked very, very good. Gaels came out well tonight, but Western responded with a strong effort to book their trip to the semifinal and a rematch of last year's gold medal game. That'll be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Here's Simonelli. Watched there by Tyler Fox. Alley passes it across. Here's Toms. He's got both of the Brock goals. Sidestepping is Patterson. He had 27 assists, which I believe, that's more assists than any other Badger had points. And he almost got one there, but that's another nice save by Greenfield. Well, again, almost identical playing time for Greenfield and Remus. Ryan Gemmis. There's a save by Greenfield. Boy, he's been great tonight. When we look at player of the game, they will be chosen by the opposing coaches. But I'll tell you, you've got to be thinking Greenfield at this point for the Gaels. Probably Brody Toms for the Badgers with both of their goals. Here's Potker. He's had a strong game as well. Watched by Zulian. Wheatley with the pass and the little rip there from Fowler off target, but they will get the backup. Several of these Gaels defenders like jumping up into the offense for a set. We've seen Griffin Hill go up. We've seen Emmett Flynn get up and take a shot. or make the pass anyway. Queens with 15 on the shot clock. McLean up to Potker, 8 to shoot. Potker scored from around there recently. That's a pretty good angle. It's off the post. That'll be a fresh 60. As it gets out of play, McLean goes to get it, and that is huge for the Gaels. And a tough break for Brock as that one pinged off the post and straight out of play. There's Potker, took that hand off. Potker on the run, little flip pass. Oh, that one's blocked. McCrimmon's not feeling great, but he's going after the ball. Great effort by the defender, Liam McCrimmon. He shakes it off. Took it right in the hand. Queens circling, they've got 5 left to shoot. That's off the post. They could get another reset, but it's scooped up immediately. And the quick pass out, here comes Zulian, taking that outlet pass from Morrow. And the Badgers are gonna have to get into the offensive zone with 1:07 left. They can wait till the last shot of the quarter if they so choose, but man, down by 7, I think you're just gonna go. Who knows? Steinbach Parker behind the net. Watched by Wheatley. Ball pops away from Carter McBride. He's going to back out near center, then initiate the dodge from the top. Watched by Conrad Cusinado. That pass goes out of play, and it's going to be Queens possession. Wheatley will flip it over to Greenfield. And with 15 seconds left, Queens looking to see if they can get a final chance. Millsap try to drive over center. Nice job to run through the ride. 5 seconds. 3. He'll get a shot off. Not going to get in. And we will go to the third quarter break. The only 2 goals of the quarter scored by the Queens Gaels. It's 9-2 for them over the Brock Badgers. I'm Steven Stamp. We'll be right back with Baggataway Cup 2024. Welcome back to Lacrosse Friends. It is 9-2 for Queens. Brock Sports would like to thank and acknowledge the following sponsors helping make this event possible: Brock University Students Union, Rentals 101, Gatorade, Pizza Jerry's, Rankin Construction, Nuthers, ILA Sports, Belco Construction, and Paulson Construction. Thank you to those sponsors. We want to thank Twisted Threads for providing beautiful sticks, custom dyed heads for the players of the game, the MVPs of the Rookie All-Star game to be held tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on Lacrosse TV. Of course, before we get to that, we've got 15 more minutes of this quarterfinal and then 2 games of semifinal action tomorrow at 1 and 4. Western McGill at 1. The winner of this game against Guelph at 4. See how aggressive Queens is. They're going to go right away. That is Reed Allen. 3 goals tonight. He is really starting to feel it. He likes shooting at this end of the field. I don't know what it is. Maybe he likes shooting into the wind. But that is an absolute rocket. Oh, you see the follow through on that mid to high. Three goals for Allen, 3 for McLean. So the MVP or game player of the game picking a little tricky. They've both been very good, but I'm on Quentin Greenfield, the goalie. Extended face-off battle, and Hawkeye Hamilton's just looking where he wants to toss it. Gets it out to Griffin Hill. Will spin away from a check. Throws one along the sideline. Nicely grabbed by McLean. Fighting through the double team. Bit of a break there for Brock as McCrimmon's stick came down right on the top of the helmet of Jacob McLean. Tyler Fox with the ball up in the offensive zone. Haven't seen a ton of him up over center. That pass connects there with Owen Guest. He'll peel away. They've still got 48 on the shot clock, so Queens is not in a rush. They got to hang on to the ball, though. Hawkeye Hamilton battling for it. He'll come away with it, and there's going to be a penalty. It's going to be an elbowing call. It's Nolan Fair heading off for Brock. So the Gaels are going to go to the man up. We're getting towards 2 minutes into this fourth quarter. 10-2, the lead for the Gaels. Allen out to the top, Potker. Just always seems to be involved in things happening. Here's a pass to Allen right on top of the crease. That's a nice save by Connor Scott. The ball's going to be kicked out of play. Who did it go off? It went off of Brock. So it will remain with the Gaels, and Reed Allen will start along the back line. He's going to come up to Potker. There's a hard rip from Potker. That was blocked by a defender out front. And Brock will get the backup, so they're going to get possession here. And Connor Scott will trot forward, runs past his crease. Hunter gets it up over center. He's looking towards an alley, lane towards the net. Nothing there. Queen's pretty good job filling all the openings. Here's Zulian. He has set up both of the Brock goals to Brody Toms. I don't think Toms is out there for this set. He is not. Oh, there he is. He is out there. He passes it. So Toms was the last guy out. He circles behind the net. Watched there by Potker. They're going to go to Toms. He's got the short stick. Oh, that stick gets up pretty close to the chin of Toms. Ball is down. Big battle for it. Toms goes down. Potker falls over him. And the Badgers come away with it with 25 left on the shot clock. Outlet pass from Greenfield. Nicely scooped up on the run by Emmett Flynn. Let's see what Flynn can do. He's going to pull it out. Good job peeling back. Queens is getting pretty happy to let time tick away at this point with an 8-goal lead and 11 and a half minutes to go. Trying to think when the last time the Gaels were in the semifinal of the Baggataway Cup was. I think it's been a while. I think it might be back when it was at McGill, and I think they took out Western. A very contentious game. That would have been 25th? Not sure. It's been a while. Badgers come away with it. Nolan Fair on the run. Badgers setting up at X. Ball in the stick of Jaden Patterson. See if the facilitator can make something happen. Little crosshand pass, doesn't get to anybody. It's going to be Simonelli coming away with it. The wind has picked up again substantially. Really swirling in the left-hand end of the field, but it is ripping left to right down here. That shot, a little off target by Zulian. It's going to be a penalty against the Gaels. I think it was a holding call adjudicated to Will DeZiel. He'll go have a knee in the penalty area. See what Brock can do with this man-up situation. What a save by Greenfield. Griffin Hill heading for the net, splits between a couple defenders, peels off to the side. Saw Reed Allen, opted not to give it to him. I think we got a timeout, Queens. That's a heads-up play. You get the timeout by asking the CBO, the official over in the scorer's booth or in front of the scorer's booth. And well, if you have possession, you can call the timeout, and you're still considered to have possession while the ball is in the air on a pass, as long as it hasn't been taken away by the other team. So that's a heads-up play to maintain that ball. There's 58 seconds left on the shot clock. That's an important minute that the Gaels can take off of the 9:21 left on the game clock. Stick with us post-game for an interview with player of the game from the winning team. Right now, nothing's over yet with 9:21 to go, but right now, I would say that'd be Quentin Greenfield. Welcome back to Lacrosse, friends. 9:21 to go in the fourth quarter. Queens Gaels up 10-2 over the Brock Badgers. The host club, a bit of a shock. See, they're quite surprised with what's going on. Just has not been working for them today. Queens with possession. Down in the corner, Brian Potker. A couple of white jerseys closing in on him. He'll just sprint past. Can he stay in bounds? No, he cannot. He steps out, and it's going to be Brock possession. Not sure that was how they intended that one to go after the timeout. Hunter into the offensive zone, flips one across. Looked like maybe a chance to shoot from Patterson, but he had to double clutch. Then another high-to-high shot, that one from Hunter. Brock has missed a ton of those over and around the net tonight. Toms tries the pass out. It's knocked down, I think, by the goaltender, Greenfield. We're back to even strength. Here's Toms trying to dodge from behind. Wheatley de-sticks him. Nice job picking up that groundie. And Wheatley on the run, pulls back and flips one far side. It's a nice pass to get it ahead to Emmett Flynn. Flynn with the long lead pass just pops away from Owen Eubanks on the run. Big scrum. All kinds of players, a collision there. And it's going to be Brock possession. Gowan pushing it. Hits the cutter right down to the crease. Oh, what a save! Quentin Greenfield steps out of the crease. Yeah, let's put that discussion to bed. Player of the game right now for Queens, Quentin Greenfield. He's got a very vocal fan base right behind us. Nice little spin by McLean. Right on top of the crease. Oh, what a great save. Was that the defender? I think that was the defender coming back, Jordan Weens, and he is flattened. They're going to call loose ball push. Oh, it's going to be Queens possession. I thought they were calling. The officials are going to take a timeout, and they'll have a discussion. Initially looked like the call was going to go Brock possession. Yeah, it is. It's going to be Brock possession. It looked like Weens was flattened as he went to scoop up that loose ball. Reed Allen is going to get a penalty as he was hanging on to the ball. Liam McCrimmon said, I wanted. Oh, Allen had a different one. There are two balls on the field. McCrimmon's ready to go, but he's got to wait at this point. As Reed Allen had one ball, he dropped that one back at the 15 or the 25-yard line. McCrimmon just swats it with disdain off the field, and Brock sets up in the offensive zone. Here's Zulian over to Simonelli. So many familiar names on this Brock roster we've seen over the years as this team is always competitive. Right now, though, they need 8 goals in 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Simonelli trying to generate something. Pass to Zulian. He'll let it fly. That one goes, I think, did he just lose it or was it off defender? It was off a defender. No, it just got away from him. It's a shot. Official's going to take a timeout now. Again. One of the officials going over to the scorer's box to have a chat, make sure things are sorted out. We're going to reset the shot clock, or not reset the shot clock actually, because it was reset inadvertently. It'll go back up to 38 seconds, which is what Brock has to get one off, 37, and play is blown back in with 6:26 to go. And immediately the ball could be turned over, racing after it. It's going to be Queens possession. I didn't see what the call was. McCrimmon's not too sure. Hanging on to the ball there is McLean. Now it's knocked loose, and it's going to be Brock possession. Liam McCrimmon wanted to go, but they're going to make him go back and start exactly where the ball went out of play. Pressure immediately by McLean, but McCrimmon gets the pass out. Here's Zulian. Nice job there by Tyler Fox. Inadvertent shout out to Jay Fox. Probably watching, maybe, who knows. 5.5 to go. The situation grows more dire for the Badgers by the moment. Steinbach Parker goes down. Yeah, there's the flag. That's going to be a tripping call. He was taken up, feet taken out from under him. Will be Ty Wheatley. The Badgers are going to take a timeout, stop the clock with 5:06 to go. Remember, tomorrow, 1 o'clock, McGill and Western, the rematch of last year's final in semifinal number 1. Then at 4 o'clock, they'll be the winner of this game taking on the 10-0 Guelph Griffins. Had the bye as the first seed for the West into the final, and they are probably the favorites coming in. Very solid season. Well beyond solid. Great season for the Griffins. Then we'll have at 8 p.m. the Kufla Rookie All-Star Game. That one will be on Lacrosse TV. Sunday morning on Kufla YouTube channel, we will have the Sixes Showcase, Mohawk College and the Milton Chaos. It's going to be a fun one. Diamond Jim Lowe might be jumping on with me for that one. Sounds like he's coming in on Sunday morning to hop on a headset. And then we will wrap things up. The gold medal match at 1 p.m. on Sunday. We'll have the trophy presented. And it's actually the last spot on the current band. Looks like we might have to add a band to the bottom of the Baggataway Cup. Although there is the top row. There's 2 levels on the Baggataway Cup, and the top level hasn't been used. It's just the lower one. But this year's champion will get the last spot on that tier. There is an open one. That's for the 2020 season when we were unable to play due to the pandemic, of course. 2021 was the return, limited return in 3 divisions to reduce travel during pandemic times. Simonelli ready to start with the ball. They're going to back him up a little bit. 5:06 to go. 10-2 for Queens. Brock on the man up. That blast was blocked out front. Diving past Simonelli. Oh, another great save, Greenfield. Now there's a penalty coming. It's going to be another one to the Gaels. Queens fans behind us just want the clock to keep ticking. Can't blame them. It is now 6-on-4 in the offensive zone. Great chance for the Badgers. Gaels run out their 4th long pole. They'll be subbing in one of the short pole for one of those long poles because they can't get the 5th guy out there. That's going to be an offside call, and the ball will be handed over to the Gaels, and that's huge. Officials taking a timeout, and they're calling the offside, and they're going to send a player to the box. Well, the penalty area. So it'll be a 5-on-4 in the offensive zone. Or will it? Nope, they're just calling. Okay, no, they're giving the ball to Brock and remains 6-on-4. Now play's blown down. I think that's the official saying the 2 players had to spread out. Can't run a hidden ball trick off the restart. As it's on the official, he has to let the goalie and the other team know where the ball is. And another stop by Greenfield, and the long outlet pass heads up. It's picked off there by McCrimmon. He's pointing to somebody to come back over center so he can go for a run. Didn't happen in time, so he passes it ahead. Simonelli with the pass. Tom's a shot, another save. Greenfield crawls out to scoop up the rebound. That pass gets away though. And it's going to be, it's not turned over. Simonelli just manages to stay in bounds. What a play there. Great effort by Adam Vio. Greenfield, another great save. Quentin Greenfield. The pass wasn't perfect, but it was handled pretty nicely. But now the pressure all over him is Nathan Fear. Nolan Fair. Queens comes away with it. Millsap puts the shoulder down. A timeout called as they step across center. 3:11 to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the Queens Gaels are going to be in the semi tomorrow against the Guelph Griffins. All right, lacrosse friends, 3:11 to go. Queens up 10-2 and with possession, 68 to go on the shot clock. Sure, they'd love to use all 68 of that and not worry about a shot. Try and get one at the end. You know, go to kufla.ca to see all the scores, standings, stats, schedules from the season. Big work by Brock to get it back. Oh, now we're going to have a penalty. And another penalty. These games can fly by pretty quickly, but this fourth quarter is taking forever. Thanks to everyone who is with us tonight. Whether you're on Brocktv or Lacrosse TV, all the championship games for the Baggataway Cup will be on. All the games for the Baggataway Cup Championship will be on both Lacrosse TV and Brocktv. Semis tomorrow at 1 and 4. The final Sunday at 1. Lacrosse TV will be the exclusive home for the Kufla Rookie All-Star Game tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Sunday morning on Kufla YouTube, we'll have the Sixes Showcase. Gets away from Potker. Brock seems fairly content to just sit back. Let Queens kill some time up top. Fowler gets it back to McLean. Sorry, there's Drew Cairns. Got it across to Potker. Reed Allen's behind the net. What a game for him. You get it down to McLean. He'll flip it back up top. One hopper to Potker. 15 on the shot clock. See if Cairns tries to get a shot off. He does. It's stopped. Penalty coming. It's going to be a 30-second penalty to Trent Hunter. 2:01 to go. We're a second away from stop time. We've had a lot of stoppages lately. Queens, I'm sure, just want the clock to keep ticking. And honestly, at this point, Brock may feel the same, although this will be the end of their season, barring an extreme miracle. Cairns takes a look. There's still 40 on the shot clock. Now there's some pressure coming. It was momentary. Potker to Allen. Allen, one of a pair of Gaels with a hat trick. The other being Jacob McLean, 34, right in the slot there. Back to even strength. $17 on the shot clock. 1:17 now on the game clock. We'll have the player of the game presentations post-game. Nice save. Connor Scott looking for an outlet. Gonna go for a bit of a run. Now he lobs one ahead. And Brody Toms viewing the field to see what he's got with him. Steinbach Parker with the jump shot. That one's off target. That will be Brock possession on the backup. .45 seconds to go. Remember, stick with us post game for an interview with one of the players of the game. Brock will get one late in the game. Good point coming through for that when you're talking player of the game for Queens. Noah Millsap got to be involved in that. He's been excellent. He's been all over the field, playing a very strong game.
Go Hawkeye!
I'm still on Greenfield, though. We'll see. We'll see what the Brock coaching staff thinks. The teams pick each other's players of the game. 10 seconds left. Simonelli will let one fly from downtown. Greenfield makes one last save, steps out of the crease, and will celebrate a trip to the semifinals with his Queens Gaels teammates. What a win for this Gaels club. That is an ascension. They've been rising, but that is a huge, huge performance for them. We'll take a quick break, but stay with us. We're going to have some presentations on the field as we continue with the 2024 Baggataway Cup. Welcome back to the Cross Friends. We're just about ready for handshakes after Queens 10, Brock 3. Big upset for the home squad. Might make things a little quieter around here over the weekend. Hopefully we'll still have good crowds. We have some really nice cheering bases. Brock Sports would like to thank and acknowledge the following sponsors: Brock University Students Union, Rentals 101, Gatorade, Pizza Jerry's, Rankin Construction, Nuthers, ILA Sports, Belco Construction, and Paulson Construction. We have our camera crew applauding. Actually, I think they're just trying to stay warm. It is chilly out here for all of us. We'll have the player of the game presentations post-game, and Vince Longboat, the head coach, is in there talking to his players and his coaches, telling them to keep their heads up, I'm sure. Solid season for the Badgers. This is not what they were looking for in the postseason, of course, nor their fans, but you just can't help but applaud this effort by the Queens Gaels. What a terrific performance, running like a well-oiled machine. Great performances up and down the lineup, offensive zone, defensive zone. Goaltending, of course. And just in case he didn't want to be identified, I did not mention, but it was Ryan McMichael that said, yeah, I better give Noah Millsap some credit. Interesting, because I mentioned Tim Murdoch earlier in the game. Ryan McMichael, or Uncle Frick as he is known, had a pretty fun little, when he was calling the Baggataway with me in Nipissing in 2021. We had a great time calling that tournament, and he and Tim Murdoch had a little bit of a rivalry going, and then Tim became quite a big fan of Uncle Frick. There was a debate about the big stick issue. Ryan was calling the defenders, the deep poles, big sticks instead of long poles. It's a BC thing. Frick has spent a fair bit of time living in BC, as have I. We will have the player of the game presentations, starting with Brock, I would imagine. Gage Board will be presenting the ILA, and it's going to be Ben Smelly. That's not a bad pick. He had a solid game for the Badgers. He's not going to be too excited about getting this award, but it's always nice to be recognized for the game that you've had. Gage Board, an alum of Brock, and terrific player. Arena Lacrosse League All-Star a couple years ago. Got signed by the Georgia Swarm. Had some injury issues that limited his opportunity. And for the Gaels, it is Quentin Greenfield. We're going to have Quentin come over and join us in a moment or two. We do have the cheering section right behind us. I'm sure they're going to be pretty fired up to see him come over for the interview. He may want to throw a jacket on before he comes over. Oh yeah, he's been escorted over right away. I like that. He's smiling to his team, but coming over here. All right, welcome back, and Quentin Greenfield, what a game. I'm not sure how many people expected you guys to come in and beat Brock so handily, but I'm sure you guys believed that this was in you.
Yeah, you know, it's never a doubt. We've been here all season. We've been working hard every week. We had a long week of practice, lots of scout, lots of film, and, you know, there was never a doubt. It's been a long time coming, but we're here now, and we're not going anywhere.
Huge step into the semifinals. Do you remember the last time Queens was in the semis?
I don't know if it's happened.
I'm not sure either. I was trying to think. I think they have won a quarterfinal game, but I was trying to rack my memory. We'll see. We'll check and make sure. Now, one thing I noticed, it looked like Brock was shooting high on you a lot. Is that supposed to be the scout on you?
You know, that was my scout coming into it. But at the end of the day, shot to shot, and it's just ready for anything.
You made a lot of saves. You had a terrific game. Great effort by the defense in front of you. Reed Allen and Jacob McLean and so many guys in the offensive zone. That is a complete team effort.
Yeah, you know, offense to defense, everyone was in tonight. It was buying from the bench to the back end, up to the offense, and, you know, like I said before, never a doubt, trust in our guys, and that's what makes the world work.
You and Ryan Jemis shared time pretty evenly during the season. You get the go tonight. You guys have to turn around in a fairly short time, go at 4 o'clock tomorrow against Guelph. I'm guessing after this performance you're back in, but do you know?
No idea.
No idea.
That's up for tomorrow.
They'll let you know tomorrow. How long do you celebrate before you get ready for tomorrow? 10 minutes?
As soon as we get back to the hotel.
Okay, so 10-15 minutes, right? That's the trip to the hotel.
Yeah.
Okay, probably shower up and then head over.
Yeah.
Congratulations. What are you guys thinking about for the game tomorrow? Have you started to think about that yet, or did you just focus solely on this to begin with?
It was one game at a time, 5 minutes at a time. That was our motto this game, win the next 5, and so right now we're on to the next 5.
Excellent job. Congratulations.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for being with us. We're going to wrap things up for today. Day 1 at the 2024 Baggataway Cup on Brocktv and Lacrosse TV. Thanks for being with us, lacrosse friends. We'll see you tomorrow at 1 for the first semifinal.